Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you. We are doing 9 today. Sagittarius, it's your reading time, okay? So just been going with it. I have some oracles out here. We're just going to see what messages come out for you guys, okay? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so first one, Sacred Rebel. And then I will be reading these, you guys, as we go. I might pull them all and then just read. Hope everybody's taking care of themselves, getting plenty of rest. Energies are crazy. Okay, we got Pandora's Gift. This has come up for quite a few people. To me, it's been coming through as kind of being yourself and unlocking something that maybe you've kept hidden, something like that. Finding something that's been hidden within yourself, or just not expressing something that's authentic to yourself. And then once you like expose that, and it could be about exposing some truth or exposing some kind of, but I will read it, but that's what I've been getting from it. And it's like this, but like once you do that, there's like no going back to the old you, the old. Okay, we got some balancing going on. Looks like some almost, that's Libra energy there. In the background, balance. Seeing that Libra balance. Bringing some balance into something by releasing something, or maybe exposing a truth, or something, or finding a truth, or could be discovering something here that's helping see things clearer, that's helping you see things clearer. Eternal Gatekeeper. Acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right for you. Something you're wanting to maybe bring some fairness or balance to, or protect. But it may require you to open up something here. Communicate something, show something. Blessing of Al-Hakim. This is our also came out. Let's go ahead and then what I will do is I'll pause it. I'll find the right page in the book so that saves time on these videos, you guys, instead of me looking while filming. And then I will read part of these and we will see what the message is here. This is interesting. A couple of these cards have just been coming through for like throughout the readings. That Blessing of Al-Hakim, this Pandora's Gift. There's a lot of things happening right now, and I think that are being seen or are being found or expressed, that there's just like no going back, but it's actually a gift. It could be like a gift in disguise. Something being like a gift. Acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right for you. Knowing that something is right for you. Family of Light. Okay. Cool. We got trust and forgiveness and unwavering faith. Okay. It's time for you to let down your guard and learn to trust again, and you are being asked to have faith in the unseen. You may be wondering if there may be something here you want to do or want to balance out by maybe trusting in a situation, or because you feel it is right for you, or you may want to acknowledge that there's something here that you truly, truly want, or truly, truly want to maybe forgive, maybe trust in. This could also be trusting in yourself and having faith in this process. Okay, let's get a crystal mantua. this is balancing something out. There's something here you may be family of light. It's also about having that family of light, not just your earth family, but also I look at it like your angels, ancestors, guides coming in, helping you, being there to support you through times of transition. And we're all going through transition right now. Angel Khalil and Polychrome Jasper. Sacred play. That's beautiful. Sacred play. Nice. Okay. I love that. Angel number 444. Four. We got realizing empathy as evolution. Having empathy for somebody or something in your life, being, yeah, maybe coming into a really much more maybe lighthearted place in your journey, where maybe you've been untrusting, unforgiving, not showing any empathy, or, but it says realizing empathy as revolution or evolution. So, you know, we'll read that though, and we'll just see what the overall message is for you guys. Okay, let's see here. What do we got? Seven of Swords. Self-sabotage. Or keeping things away from people that they could use to possibly hurt you or protect themselves. Ace of Swords. Maybe you realize you've been okay, and this is stability, security, holding back maybe some things here for your own security, because there could be a fear here. This Ace of Swords though, this is clarity. This is truth. Kind of seeing the truth. Maybe about, you've gotten a realization maybe about yourself or somebody in your life. And it feels like you're seeing like kind of a protection, like either that somebody around you may be protecting themselves, or you are seeing that maybe you've done some kind of self-sabotaging behavior. There's something here about being honest, truthful. Could be needing to forgive and trust in this process. Have faith in the unseen. Let's see. Healing. Okay. And the Hermit. All right, let's get an affirmation. Knight of Wands. I make decisions without pressure. So that's saying, you know, no need to rush on making a decision or rushing into making a decision, but you could be contemplating doing something here. Protect what is right for you. Acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right for you. Some kind of truth here, I think, that you're coming to, and maybe you've been denying something within yourself, or maybe you've left something, some important truths behind, and maybe you're refinding some of your own truth here or something like that. It's kind of what I'm getting. And then there's this feeling of you having a choice to make whether to share this, maybe this truth or this clarity with another. Maybe invest yourself in something. Could be a relationship. Could be a relationship that you see a lot of potential in this sacred play. Maybe you're going about it with the sacred play energy, trying to be like friendly maybe about something. And really there's a process here of happening. It's like about, I don't know, there's empathy, forgiveness, trust, and faith. This feels pretty powerful, you guys. Deciding whether you're gonna maybe give somebody the key to some security or something that's maybe you haven't, either you or somebody maybe giving you some kind of security that you haven't had, because and I do read this for whoever I'm reading it for, so it could be you giving somebody some kind of truth. That's what I'm getting, that will help them feel more and you feel more like invested in something or something. It's interesting. Okay, I'm going to look up these in the book and then I'm going to come back, okay? Okay, guys. All right. So I got the pages all marked here now. And we had that 7 of Swords, that Ace of Swords, and that 4 of Pentacles. And this is coming through as, you know, and, you know, don't, this could be withholding some kind of truth that could help balance a situation out, or seeing something a different way so that you don't feel the need to it just feels really unbalanced, okay? And it feels like you could be really contemplating making a decision and moving forward to balance something out here in your life, whatever this is, and it's going to require this truth, okay? We got the Pandora's Gift that came up first, which I always feels like exposing something. It's like exposing a truth or bringing something to the forefront to be seen, heard, acknowledged, whether this is to yourself or another. And this does feel like it could have to do with another, because we also got empathy, which is about putting yourself in someone else's shoes. We got the this Pandora's Gift, and it says Pandora is all gifted and all giving. Her presence invites you to forego your belief in judgment. You could have misjudged a situation or misjudged something in your life, and it made you react a certain way. And maybe this truth is coming to you, and yeah, there's a feeling here. It says her presence invites you to forego your belief in judgment. Now is the time to surrender the misplaced guilt that you may have brought upon yourself or another. Some terrible happening. And that can be this 7 of Swords, like something bad here. Maybe you have placed a lot of guilt or shame or judgment on another or yourself about some kind of situation in your life or something. And now is the time to kind of drop these swords. And these are weapons, you know, words, truths that you could be holding back so that another in your life, or because you feel like they're going to be used against you, or maybe you've done this, like used another's words or another's truths or another's defenses or something against them. That's another message coming through. And it says now it is time to let go of the shame-based belief in punishment. So this is definitely, and this can be very, it can be really mess with people's heads too, you guys, like shaming somebody because of, you know, their journey or and this has been a message through these readings, you guys, the belief that you must be punished by being shamed and guilted is really, really harmful. It's harmful to the psychological, it's harmful to our relationships, even though we're all learning, we're all growing. There's a feeling here of needing to release some kind of holding on to some kind of like over stockpiling, like weapons, bullets. You know, I always feel this in it's self-sabotage because it's really ruining, or could be ruining, or holding something back that is really good and could be really beneficial to you, your life, your relationship, something like that. We do got that family light too. And this kind of speaks about having kind of coming from like families where maybe your dad wasn't present, or your mom and dad were divorced, or you just didn't have like the normal typical family. And a lot of people don't. But there's a reason for that. There's a blessing in that. And it's so that you can see things from other people's perspectives, and you can kind of have a family that's kind of has that same care and consideration for the strangers, the people that aren't always your nearest, closest family. Like, it's about not having just empathy and compassion for just the family, like blood family, but it's about having that empathy, compassion, consideration, and love for all people. So that seems to be part of this also. It says the human journey. Oh, it says, this is a belief that you deserve to be brought to task. This shame-based belief in punishment. This is a belief that you deserve to be brought to task over any perceived imperfection, or that your natural human journey somehow renders you inadequate, or somebody else's, you guys. This can be you, your natural human journey, your natural human lessons, your natural things that have happened because of maybe situations in your life, maybe defense mechanisms, maybe we have so much healing going on right now, you guys, and it doesn't make us any more unworthy of love, or unworthy of family, or unworthy of trust, or evolution. That's what this is. Empathy is evolution. This is about growth. This is about growing to a point where we understand and empathize, because we also are in those same shoes. Now, to deny that we have went through the same experiences, or that we understand people, that's kind of holding back. That's kind of holding back a truth that could help somebody feel more understood, more empathized with, more less shamed or guilted for their flaws, human things. There is no shame in your learning process. Okay. Pandora's presence is a sign of a new time, a time to swap the notion of inherent shame for the acceptance of inherent divinity. Swapping or switching shame for divinity. And this can lead you, the Seven of Swords, when you do things like quick decisions, like, oh, I'm, holding these truths back, and this can be definitely holding truths back, or something. It's like somebody could have did this, you could have did this, everybody has done this, and it's because, no, they're going to use it against me. And a lot of the times it does get used against you, because people shame and guilt and all that. So it's that's kind of the message I'm getting right now, wherever way this is coming in for you, if this resonates. But it says, from this moment on, how unstoppable you shall become. So there is some kind of truth. We've got the Ace of Swords. This is clarity. Like, you clearly see something here that maybe you did in a way that wasn't necessarily becoming to your evolution or your growth, or maybe treating somebody else a certain way, and now you're really wanting to bring that balance in. Two different energies coming together here, creating a balance, justice, fairness for not only other people that are involved, but you, most importantly. And it offers you more security also. That's the thing. Let's see here. It says sacred rebellion is happening within your soul as a powerful uprising towards liberation. You are breaking free from the weighty criticisms of the world, not being criticized over being human. It's taken me a while to get here, where it's like, you aren't going to criticize me and make me feel crappy about being human. I've already went through my punishment, or my, the universe doesn't punish, but it teaches, that it can feel very punishing. It can feel very punishing at these times when you really, really have a hard time understanding why it is you've went through something, or done something, or made these choices, or hid these truths, or just don't. It's just so much, you guys. There's so much. It says, dare to disobey anything and everything that's not divine. So if it isn't in alignment with justice, divinity, love, empathy, sacred play, we got all this really nice energy here, then it's not in alignment for you. So Pandora is the leader of your soul revolution. She defies the vicious judgments. This has been a message through all the readings. Judgments that have been passed down to us generation to generation, taught us to judge others, taught us to shame others, taught us to guilt others for being human. The feeling of being made human being a bad thing and something that should be made small and evil and bad, and that's just not the truth at all. We are divine creatures, and we need to understand that so that we can exercise that, because the more you believe yourself to be worthless or whatever, and especially if you're falling into these traps or judgments or from other people or anything, you keep feeling that way. Or even yourself, you could be even doing this to yourself, but you could definitely be doing this to somebody else in your life, that you could have this done to you, so that's what you do to others, stuff like that. But it's time to heal that, forgive that, move on from that, grow through this evolution. There's a big growth happening here. That's what I am getting. It says she defies the vicious judgments of history and all that has been said about her. This is a powerful energy. It's like, you know what? You can say what you want about me. I know I've learned my lessons. You're not going to keep shaming me, guilting me over things I have reconciled within myself. It's very interesting. You could be really reconciling some things within yourself too, and coming to a solid inner truth. She shrugs off misery, despair, and the weight of the world to recognize that she is the bearer of a true and beautiful light of peace, comfort, hope, and reassurance. With her oracle comes the realization that you too are divinely defiant believer in hope, who shall cast off the works of anyone who seeks to torment you. I love that. Don't torment me with my past. Don't torment me with my humanity. Don't torment me with my failures. If you aren't there, you don't got my back, then maybe you're not part of my family of light. So definitely that is a powerful energy. It says, as this shift takes place, you shall dare to look within your own being and find light. You are being put on divine notice that the sacred feminine, that there is a talent and ability within you that needs to be acknowledged. There's a worthy seed of something beautiful and necessary within you. If you choose to develop and express this seed, step by step, it will become an extraordinary light in your life and in the world. So poke your tongue out at naysayers and turn your attention to the bright hope within. You were born to strut your soul stuff. This is really going to the heart, to the soul of a matter, and deciding to move forward with some trust, some forgiveness, some faith, some empathy, and some growth. Definitely some growth here, some justice, some balance. So this feels pretty big, you guys. Let's see. Let's go to this next one here, which is this balancing. It says balance and equality, making something equal, making something balanced. If I'm losing balance in a pose, I stretch higher and God reaches down to steady me. It works every time, and not just in yoga. Despite our differences, some big differences here, by changing our position, stance, or direction, changing your position or your stance on something, changing your stance on something here, changing your perception on something, seeing something differently, bringing you to a place where you can feel like you have more to share or invest, and it feels more secure, and it does feel like it's offering something to the earthy matters, whatever this is. It says we may find a common ground and jointly interact. This process is made easier when both sides participate in unison. So being on the same page with somebody, possibly maybe having trust that somebody else can be on the same page as you with the same acceptance and non-shaming, non-judgmental, especially if this is in like a close relationship or something like that. There's this feeling here of really wanting to move some forward with something, secure something, but it's going to take truth and this kind of releasing of this, holding on to like untruths or judgments or perceptions, something like that. That's what I am getting. A jester performs his dance, strength and motion combine, and in one stance he remains frozen in perfect poise. In his hands he balances two masks of opposing shapes. Despite their fundamental differences, his dancing form positions them so their opposites are transformed, transforming opposites into one unified energy. And their shapes now morph to one of complementary yin and yang harmony. Balance by default requires equality of purpose, position, and desire. Equality, having both everybody on the same page here, both want the same purpose, position, and desire. You desire the same things. You both want the same outcomes and in the same position of wanting to invest or trust, or maybe just play. There's a feeling here of just growing together with something, or maybe this is a group situation, maybe this is a relationship, but this is definitely, you're taking your time making this decision, because it says I make decisions without pressure. But this is feeling very inspired to move forward and make a decision. You may be feeling that spark of, hey, I got to do this. Like, this is going to help me. This is going to help the situation. Something like that. Then we got the Eternal Gatekeeper. Okay. Nice. She makes decisions according to her spirit self-guidance and not based on external or societal influences. This has been a message through all the readings. Not letting society or anybody else decide what your heart or your soul is calling you to do. You have a special soul mission or soul purpose, and it has something to do with this family of light, like you're part of this family of light, bringing light, forgiveness, trust, hope to the world. But first you got to exercise this for yourself in your own life, something like that. It says, as a spiritual warrior, she tunes into her heart's rhythm to hear and obey her spirit self's voice. Simultaneously, she allows and denies access to multiple facets of herself in her life. She walks forward and into greater clarity, while what is behind her further disintegrates. Letting something from the past disintegrate. This could be behaviors, this could be self-sabotage, this could be holding back truths, becoming very clear about what you want, not having fear about moving forward with something here. And I do feel like it's some kind of balancing out a situation or making something more, being more empathic or understanding or forgiving something, trusting something. Yeah, because it's something calling you inside to do some movement, make some movement towards something here. Spiritual movement, spiritual growth. She walks forward and into greater clarity while what is behind her further disintegrates. She deliberately co-creates her present with authentic intention by choosing to release herself from any reality that no longer serves her and by boldly stepping into what does. So if your past perceptions, your past judgments, or your societal influences or conditioning it is not conducive, it is not helpful to what you feel in your soul, you want in your life, and your maybe even purpose here. It feels like purposeful. It feels like my soul says I need to do this, but there's this feeling of like, oh, but they'll say this about me, or they'll judge me, or I'll be shamed, or I'll be guilted if I say this truth, or I speak this truth, or if I'm clear about something. It's interesting. It's feeling like you need to release those old perceptions to move forward with something here that your soul is calling you to do, to move forward with. It says it's okay to say no to what you had once allowed. If your body, spirit, self, and emotions are a no, your heart's truth is no, despite any protests of logic. So definitely going with the heart, not the mind here, following your heart on something here. Even if it's a no, it says it can be challenging to do right by our authentic truth, especially when it's not convenient and does not make apparent sense. However, the consequences of saying your authentic no or yes may not be as catastrophic or as risky as you fear. If they should be, you are not obligated to justify yourself. You always get to choose how much access a person has to the domain of your heart, mind, body, energy, and personal space. This is your inherent birthright. It has no exception. You are always free to invest in and withdraw from anyone, anything, any activity, or any place at any time. It may be time where choosing again in areas that you are off the mark proves particularly pertinent. Check in and see how aligned you are with your spirit's self's truth, okay? So see if you are going with what your spirit self is guiding you to do, or if you are resisting something here, okay? Some kind of truth. To recognize and take responsibility for making authentic and empowering choices is a gift to the spirit self that keeps giving. You could even be just not making an authentic or truthful choice for yourself or a situation. You could be kind of, this can be beating around the bush. This can just be really making it hard to have a clear picture of, for the other person, for you, a clear picture of what's going on. Maybe, it's just being really, what's the word I'm looking for? Transparent, okay, is what I'm getting. Being more transparent There may be something you need to be more transparent about, and you may need to show some authenticity, authentic, transparent truth. That's what I am getting. The power and strength in seeing things for what they are and acting on them by making the right choices for you are fourfold. While a person, opportunity, or situation might be attractive and look good on paper, it will have adverse effects if it's not good or a true fit in the right timing for you. Close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, and listen to your spirit self's truth. It is okay if it does not match cultural or societal norms. What is not right for you will never magically become right for you just because it seems as though it should. The Guardian's message is every moment is an opportunity to choose again, to live in alignment with the light of our heart, and spirit self is the greatest gift you can give to yourself in the world. So it doesn't matter, like, even if in the past you've made some decisions here, it's saying today's a new day. You can have that new truth for yourself. It does not have to go with what society thinks or whatever. It's your soul. You're getting in alignment with you, who you are. Not only as a light bringer or a light, like, and I feel like everybody has a light to bring, but yeah, this feels pretty powerful here. The gift of wisdom, the blessing of Al-Hakim, gurgles up from your heart. Her blessing is evoked by life, like the laughter of a babe joyfully responding to the playful tickle of her mother's hand. Wisdom can make divine sense of anything, especially of that where logic is blinded. There's something here you might be looking or have looked at, like from the logical, maybe societal point of view, but wisdom's telling you something different. Your experiences are telling you something different. Your soul is telling you something different here. And it's about going with that. It says, wisdom can make divine sense of anything, especially of that where logic is blinded. Logic can be blinded, but logic can be helpful too. How I revere the blessing of Al-Hakim of wisdom, for she is precious and welcome to me now and always, the dear friend who brings me such peace. I love that. Okay. This oracle comes with special guidance for you. If you are uncertain about an issue in your life, be at peace. There is divine healing that can occur most readily in the unknowing. Follow the sacred honoring ritual and know that all is indeed well, beloved soul. Perhaps you are journeying very deep indeed, and your allegiance to your intellectual mind is softening in favor of allegiance to your heart's knowing. That's what the message has been through this round of readings, you guys. Allegiances. Allegiances can be people, it can be structures, it can be rules, laws, order that has been conditionally put upon us, and it's just not what our souls are saying. It's not our truth. It's not our heart's truth. So this is a time to free ourselves. It does liberate our hearts. It liberates our souls to do the soul's work, which is love. It is love. It is not judgment. It is not shame. It is not guilting. It is trust and forgiveness and love. And it's shining, okay? And you can't shine when you're constantly, and it says you may be in a process here of releasing an allegiance to your mind, your thoughts, your old thought processes, your old truths, and coming up with that one truth, that clear new opportunity to see something differently, experience something differently. A lot here, you guys. So this is a big movement here, and I feel like it has something to do with this evolution, this growth happening, and this is happening for you. And it can be just a lot, because it's like, and our egos get in the way. Oh, why? No, I've always seen things this way. This is the way I see things. But then there's just something in the heart here calling for a different perception, so that it can align. Like if you don't see it differently, it's not going to feel differently. But it's always going to feel the same, if that makes sense. Okay. So say there's something you feel strongly about, a relationship or something you want to be a part of, or something you do want to forgive, or you do want to trust, or you want to have faith in. But this society or the belief system you grew up with says, no, that's not believable. That's untrue, or that's, and you've just been led to believe that there's not any truth, and maybe the unseen, maybe faith, maybe hope, maybe humanity, maybe being human. And it's like, until you see it differently, as long as you're looking at it from there, it's like, there's a song that's coming to my head, and it's like, as long as I'm letting them change my mind, I can't change anyone's mind. Something like that is the line in the song. I'm going to have to try to find that song, but It's like, as long as you're listening to others or letting society or other things structure your mind, it's not going to match up to your heart. So then you got to decide, hey, do I need to shift my perspective, my perception, my thought process on something, my truth on something? And this isn't your soul's truth. This is your logic, mind truth, which is usually conditioned and taught and all that. So there's that feels like the work going on right now, okay, in this reading, if this is your reading and it resonates. But this is really nice. Your heart's knowing. Perhaps you are journeying very deep indeed, and your allegiance to your intellectual mind is softening in favor of allegiance to your heart knowing. The acorn becomes an oak because that is its innate destiny. It happens without any active participation apart from the willingness to grow through life. Just being willing to grow through this, learn something through this, take something away from this situation that's honest and truthful, and even going deep and finding some kind of clarity here that brings you, helps you evolve, helps you grow, helps you become more empathic, trusting, forgiving, faithful, to your heart, to your heart's knowing. Yeah, there's that feeling here. This oracle also comes with special guidance to bring you peace. Look at the old ways, to the ancient wisdom teachings that run as one vein of life, giving love through all traditions. The old wisdoms teach of cycles, of timing, of letting go to allow for new life to happen. And that's the thing. This man's hands are full of these old beliefs, these old truths, maybe these old lies, these old weapons, these old things that he needs to drop so he can definitely have only the one truth, and there's the two swords behind, in that card. It's just very interesting. It says the fire in your belly is a beautiful aspect of you. Just let it be the breath that swirls around and through the heart that ignites it, not the passing huffing and puffing of the impatient mind. Divine timing, it's speaking about things having their time, their teachings. It reminds me of another song. I'm getting a lot of songs today. And it's about the darkness being fruitful and us being able to gain a lot through the fruitful darkness. And it's a Trevor Hall song, but it also speaks of, really taking in the wisdom and the truth of those times when we go within and see our conditionings, our teachings, our belief systems, and see how much shadow they're casting over our heart and our decisions we're making in the now. That's a message for somebody. And it does say, you shall have peace and dynamic movement, restful stillness, and soul-inspired action. That is Knight of Wands, soul-inspired action. Moving forward towards something with soul-inspired action. But first, you got to get this Seven of Swords energy out of the way. This holding on to some stuff just because you feel like it's protecting you, and really it feels like it's just leaving your hands full of a lot of untruths, maybe warped perceptions, when there is definitely a truth here. One sword leaves your hands free, and it gives everybody if these are judgments or these are, this is interesting. It can be very self-sabotaging. You can definitely take away your potential by taking away others' potential. That's kind of what I'm getting. It's like when you take away other people's truths, or you hold on to them and make them what you want them to be, or something like their truths or their perceptions or their experience, you leave them kind of defenseless. Okay, it's almost like leaving something defenseless. Because if you take their truths or their experience, they can't use it to make you feel a certain way. There's such an interesting energy coming through with the Seven of Swords today. It's feeling like there's a lot. And there's a feeling of looking back and going, it doesn't matter how many of these swords I take, how many of these perceptions I hold on to, how many of these judgments I hold on to, there's still truth back there where they have it. They still have truth. They still have two swords. They just don't have all these. It's just interesting. I got all these. It's just, I'm getting this weird energy with this Seven of Swords today. You shall become one with the living holy paradox, and the healing power of your love shall know no bounds. This can be definitely putting up boundaries and protecting yourself with a lot of, like I said, perceptions, truths that you've held on to, that you feel leave you more protected or more powerful than others. And that's just not the case. All you need is one sword and how to use that one sword. You don't need 7 swords. You don't need 7 different truths or explanations or defense mechanisms. All you need is one, and that's the truth. And it feels like this is a lot of getting down to the truth here, even in yourself about some kind of thing here you are going through, because we got this trust and forgiveness. It is time for you to let down your guard and to trust again, and unwavering faith, having faith in the process. You are being asked to have faith in the unseen. Something happening here that you need to have faith in. Okay, and we got this sacred play. Well, I'm going to read this. Light family. Oh, dang it. Okay, so the family of light says, the limits that much of humanity place upon their love, that they will love their own family, country, religion, or community better than they love those on the outside. Do not restrain your heart. You are capable of loving humanity, of loving all creation on earth as an extended spiritual family. You will love all as your own. You are meant to belong to a broader family of light. You can come through your experiences not as a victim of circumstance, but as an empowered soul. This is evolution. This is growth. So even if something has happened that's made you feel and see things a certain way, it's time to release, put down what you are carrying, and pick up a new perception, pick up a new truth, pick up a new clarity for yourself to move forward. Process it, heal, forgive, and step into the spiritual blessings gained through your atypical relations with your biological family. Although you may not belong to your family in the traditional way, and that's another thing, like your ideas of like tradition and stuff. That's been a message too through all the readings. It's like this tradition, like not everything's traditional. It's just we have this fantasized and perfected idea of what things should look like, how family should be, how friends should be, how people should be. And if they aren't that, they're horrible, awful, whatever. And then when we go within, we realize we're not perfect either. So it's very interesting, you guys. And that is love. That is understanding. Although you are not meant to belong in a traditional way to your family, you shall not be denied the love you need. This is... it will not just be you loving the world, but the world loving you. The power of your heart to give and receive love shall not be wasted. I love that. So it's time to gently undo the patterns of attempting to fit in. Instead, trust that you are exactly as you were meant to be. When you do, your magnetism will draw love and friendship from those who vibrate at similar level of consciousness to you. Leave past hurts and rejection behind. You no longer need them to grow. Yes, and you don't need others. If this is judgments or something on another, you don't need those to grow. And you don't need to keep them, judgments and stuff people have had on you. You don't need to hold on to those in order to grow. You need to have an empty hand to hold your sword of truth to grow, especially intellectually, and evolve. Okay? Be brave. Pray to connect to your family of light. Not only in spirit, but also here on earth. Let them in. Know that you belong here in spirit and in body, to be loved, held, touched, listened to, and accepted just as you are. Okay, so we can love each other just as we are. We need to do this for ourselves. We need to do this for others. And then people realize I'm lovable. I can be loved just the way I am in my perfectly imperfect human journey, like the human I am. So let's go to the sacred play here. We bring you the gift of sacred play. We enter your heart bringing joy and an ability to have fun, to laugh, to see the silly and playful side of life, and to be entertained by the wonderful spectacle of life. When you know how to look, you will see the joyful hand of the Creator behind so many of the people, places, and things you see every day. You will begin to feel the Creator's delight in your creation, and you will feel laughter deep in your soul, a joyful connection with the universe as you realize that even in the strange and sometimes dark mystery, life has a brightness and delight to it, a sense of humor, and a quirky, amazing, enjoyable beauty. We know there's great joy inside of you, and we will help you reconnect with that joy now. So even your most arduous challenges will not diminish your capacity to feel the light of your spirit and take delight in your life. I love that. The divine is extending a hand of friendship. You've been working so hard. There's a knock at your door. It's the universe in the form of that cheeky, curious, and friendly boy from down the street. He's inviting you to come outside and play. The sun is setting on what has been, and there's a sweet promise of new life and friendship in the air. The prospect of fun, play, fresh energy, adventure, and friendship is before you now. Of laughter and fun, you need and deserve this. It's time for the brightness of your light to fill up your heart and cast away the shadows of the past. I love that. I love that. Okay, let's read this. Realizing empathy. The word empathy is surprisingly new to the human lexicon. Less than 100 years old. It comes from the German Einfühlung, which can be translated as filling into. Where sympathy is more akin to feeling an emotion for someone, empathy is feeling emotion as if experiencing that which another is experiencing. This may mean about putting yourself in somebody else's shoes, maybe. This card reminds us that although it can be a horrendously difficult journey at times, empathy is a force of evolution. The world needs us. Empathy binds societies together in order to make them more successful. Empathy diffuses war and conflict. It allows us to form deep connections with others, thereby preserving and progressing the human species. The overwhelming scientific consensus is that empathy is a projective force of evolution. That's right, we are evolution. We are a revolutionary force in a world too often divided by cruelty and self-motivation. In reality, although it can be difficult force to reckon with, highly empathic people encourage social bonding. We encourage people to recognize similarities rather than getting hung up on the differences. Yes, we are the bridge, bringing people together here with that fairness, that equality, that truth, that leaving the shame, the guilt, the shadows behind, and allowing people to just be the growth, be the evolve into the growing people they're becoming. Not shaming them for how it came to be, how it's coming to be. We have thousands and thousands of years of human history of what a lot of people would judge as failures and shortcomings and falls and horrible things that the human species has done to other humans and to everything. But these are learning lessons, and these are, we really need to recognize them as growth and learning, not as something to keep judging and fighting and warring about. It's crazy. Science and spirituality are not separate entities, but very much exist hand in hand. Science, and spirituality, two very different things becoming one. Could be science and spirituality we're also talking about here. And logic and heart, okay? We are a bridge. A realistic and grounded approach to scientific fields of study and their theories helps as empaths understand their role in life from a different angle, and helps any spiritual path open to new levels of awareness. We are all in this together, and thank goodness we are. It's a good idea to research the meaning of evolution. You can consider researching prophets' guides, gurus, political leaders, holy people throughout time, and examine how their messages seem to hinge on a theme of empathy, even if the word is not particularly said. Messages of social compassion, understanding, acceptance, and respect directly tie into the revolutionary reality that true empathy is the world's greatest blessing. There's something here I feel Spirit's saying. Have empathy or compassion for maybe something in your life, a situation in your life. Give it that light, give it that love, bring that balance, that truth to it. That is what I'm getting. So let's just even realize there's an opportunity here to lighten up, and it may seem really heavy right now, but this could be just taking these moves towards something here with this empathic and this loving energy can really lighten something up, and it could become a really playful, even be laughed at later. That's another message coming through. You could even be laughing at this later, or with this understanding that everybody's kind of going through some stuff here. And we're all trying to honor our soul's callings. It's hard because we have to get rid of a lot of head stuff. We just do. You have more power to evoke a positive shift in your circumstances than you realize. Yes, there's something here you can make a positive shift in. Your thinking, I feel like it has something to do with the way you see things or the way you perceived things. Possibly something from the past. Definitely that's influencing your judgment right now on whether to invest your time, energy, effort into something, share yourself with something. There's a feeling here of it can bring security, friendship maybe, this community, camaraderie. And you have a lot of power in the situation, and it's saying more than you realize. If anything required for success is lacking, the Divine Mother shall provide it. You are crossing a crucial spiritual threshold. Stay focused. Let distractions fall away and continue to commit yourself to what matters most to your heart. So there's definitely something here you want to commit to with your heart, and you want the mind to stop getting in the way, or the patterns. Seven of Swords can also be patterned thinking, patterned behaviors, because usually it comes out of self-defense or self-preservation mode. A more beautiful experience awaits you. All right, that is really nice, you guys. Okay, let's just get one of these. Sagittarius. Ooh, that's too many, Spirit. Okay, there we go. There. And we got the Page of Water. Okay, the Page of Water. Even though you're growing up, you should never stop having fun. So maybe there's a need to lighten up something here, lighten up a little, and have a little more lighthearted approach maybe to something. It says, my inner child is free and open to explore that part of me that loves to have fun. I prefer to be a dreamer among the humblest with visions to be realized than lord among those without dreams and desires. Yeah, I'd rather be a dreamer than, and even humbled by people saying, oh, that's impossible or whatever. I'd rather be that than the facts and this and that, and because it's there, that's what's known, and then have no dreams and no desires, because the dreams and the desires haven't come to yet. The stuff that we've already discovered, the stuff that we see, it's there already. We want good stuff that we feel in our hearts but can't necessarily see yet. It's a visionary, very visionary energy. I must remember I am highly sensitive and feel deeply. I remember I need to ground my emotions. So also taking time to do grounding for yourself, okay? Especially if it's an emotional time. Look at that Two of Air. That's that Two of Swords that was left behind in the Seven of Swords. Indecision is a virus that can run through, and like the Seven of Swords, he makes this huge decision to take all of these swords, and then it leaves behind these two swords, and they're like this decision to be made, You could almost think of the other person holding the two swords like, what? Now what decision do I make about that guy who just took 5 swords from my camp, or just used 5 truths, or 5 of my defenses, or with my lessons or whatever, and just took them and ran away with them and left me here with 2 swords. That's still more than what you need to make a choice, okay? So either way, it says indecision is a virus that can run through any army and destroy its will to win or even to survive. It's time to make a choice on something here. If this is your reading and this is resonating, this is coming through like it is time to make a choice. No, Spirit doesn't want you to feel rushed. Make your decisions without pressure, but listen to your heart right now. Listen to the calling that your soul is having right now. I have confidence in my decisions. Have confidence in the decision you make, but make a decision on something here. This could be bringing in balance, play, friendship, camaraderie, like I said, a much better situation than what you've been dealing with. And it's all going to come from the power you have. You may not realize you have this opportunity or this power in this situation to take a situation and shine light on it, and love and empathy and forgiveness and trust into something, and really make something happen here. You're going to know whether the question or the answer is a yes or a no to whatever it is, because you feel it in your heart. So that is your guys' reading. I hope it helps somebody. And as always, I appreciate you guys coming, watching your reading. I appreciate you guys' likes, your subscribes, your support, you guys. Hope everybody's taking care of themselves. This has been a big message. Shower, exercise, eat right, get plenty of sleep. these energies just, it's very important to take care of ourselves right now, you guys. Make healthy decisions for our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. There's a lot of shifting going on, and we do not want to get sucked into the edge of that. We want to stay centered. We want to stay grounded. We want to stay in our heart, in our center during all these shifts, okay? So that is an important message for everybody. So as always, thank you, you guys, and I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you guys have a good day.